back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our Daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions along with their explanations and interactive quiz, you may consider joining our Daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today Android application. So in this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone, welcome back to GK Today, and today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 11th of January 2022. Starting with very first question, Japan recently signed reciprocal access agreement with which country? So Japan has signed a historic defense agreement with Australia to ensure a secure and stable Indo-Pacific region. So this agreement has been signed amid the expansion of China's military and economic influence in the region. And do remember that this reciprocal access agreement is Japan's second such agreement, and the earlier military pact was done with USA. Okay. Now talking about Japan, it was also in news because recently it has launched an advanced commercial communication satellite named as Inmarsat 6 F1 aboard H2A rocket. So it is a kind of 5,470 kg satellite, and it is one of the largest and most sophisticated commercial communication satellites ever launched. Also recently, Japan cabinet has approved a record high defense budget of 5.4 trillion yen, which is nearly equal to $47.2 billion for the next financial year, which is more than a ceiling of 1% of its GDP. Okay. And talking about Australia, it was in news because recently the Australian Space Agency has announced plans to send an Australian-made rover to the moon by the year 2026. So this is to be done under a deal with NASA, and it will collect high-resolution data and information on the physical and chemical composition of the lunar dust, sail and rocks with goal of finding water basically. Okay. Now do remember that last month China has launched 3 new remote sensing satellites which belong to the Yaogan 3-5 family, and they were launched by a Long March 2D carrier rocket. Okay. Can you tell me which bank has launched the first ever video life certificate service for its pensioners? And this new facility will allow the pensioners to submit their life certificate through the video from their homes. Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 2. Integrated approach in science and technology for sustainable future has been declared as the theme of which special day? So this would be a theme for National Science Day for the year 2022. And the theme has been chosen for raising public awareness of the scientific issues. And we celebrate this day on 28th of February to mark the discovery of the Raman effect, which has been made by Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. Okay. Now let's see some of the important days and themes from the month of January. First of all, January 1st is celebrated as the Global Family Day. Then 4th of January is observed as World Braille Day. 6th of January is observed as World Day of War Orphans. And the theme for this year was caring for children in horrific situation is a responsibility. Okay. Then 9th of January is observed as NRI Day. Also this day is known as Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. So this day commemorates the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa to Mumbai in the year 1915. And the theme for this year was contributing to the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. Then 11th of January is the death anniversary of Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was the second Prime Minister of India, and he popularized the slogan Jai Jawan Jai Kisan. Then 12th of January is celebrated as National Youth Day, and the theme for this year is helps in the unification of the country's youth. Okay. And then last one is 15th of January. It is observed as Indian Army Day. And theme that has been chosen for this day is service before self. Okay. Now you have to tell me, when do we observe National Girl Child Day? Please answer me in the comments. Question number 3. Which payments bank has been granted the status of a scheduled bank by the Reserve Bank of India? So recently RBI has granted the status of a scheduled bank to the Airtel Payments Bank. So now it can apply for government issued request for proposals and primary auction. Not only this, it can also take up central and state government level businesses and also participate in government operated welfare schemes. Okay. Now apart from it, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has set up Energy Transition Advisory Committee, which is headed by the former Petroleum Secretary Tarun Kapoor. And the panel includes representatives of all the public sector oil and gas companies, and it will create energy transition roadmap for the oil and gas sector. So do remember that India has committed for net zero emissions by the year 2070, and the committee will recommend a transition roadmap by middle of 2022. Okay. Now can you tell me, what is India Out campaign? This term is quite in news these days. Actually, this campaign was led by former Maldives President Abdullah Yameen, and recently the political parties in the Maldives has opposed this particular campaign, and the slogan India Out has been witnessed on social media over the past 3 years. Actually, this campaign centers around the allegations that India is seeking to establish a military presence in the Maldives through ongoing security cooperation. Okay. So do remember that this campaign is related to the country Maldives. Now apart from all these things, India is the world's second biggest consumer country of gold. And India had a record $55.7 billion on gold imports in the year 2021. And talking in volume terms, India imported nearly 1050 tons of gold in 2021. Okay. Now you have to tell me, which country has recently implemented its new zero drug policy? Please answer in the comments. Question number 4. Which Central Asian country's government resigned recently after massive protest due to fuel price increase? So the president of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, accepted the government's resignation after nationwide protest against fuel price increase. And the oil-producing Central Asian country has witnessed protests in which nearly 100 police were injured and thousands of citizens were involved in the protest, and a state of emergency was declared earlier by the government. Okay. Now apart from it, our Union Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, the minister of which is Nitin Gadkari, has announced that the center will bring in a policy to know the condition and age of the bridges across the country. Since there are no expiry date for the bridges in India, and hence there are many accidents and deaths. So ministry had prepared the Indian Bridge Management System to collect information about all the bridges of the country. Now can you tell me, what is REACH? Actually it stands for Registration, Evaluation, Authorization and Restriction of Chemicals. So this regulation was agreed by all the European Union member states in the year 2020. Basically it bans 4,000 chemicals including isopropanol alcohol, which is used in coloring inks, and it can cause cancer or other health issues. So it was in news because the European Chemical Agency helped to draft the new legislation. Okay. Now do remember that Jammu Kashmir is set to become the first union territory of India to have a district level good governance index. And this framework will have total 58 indicators to assess different aspects of development and district administration, such as agriculture, commerce and industry, public safety, public health, etc. Okay. Can you tell me, which country has recently signed Secure Equipment Act that stops the companies judged as a security threat from receiving new telecom equipment licenses? Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 5. Which Indian state is set to host the next edition of Khelo India Games in 2023? So the Karnataka Minister for Youth Empowerment and Sports announced that Karnataka will host the next Khelo India Games in the year 2023. And also he announced that over 75 sport students are being trained in the state to take part in the next Olympics, and the 2021 edition of Khelo India is postponed due to the pandemic and it is to be held in Haryana now. Now apart from it, Koppal is a town in the district of Koppal in the state of Karnataka, and the Koppal toy cluster, which is being developed in the state, is the first such infrastructure in the country. So this toy cluster will be operational in March 2022, spanning an area of over 400 acres of land, and it will include the complete value chain from toy making, production of packaging, tool making, paint making, electronics, and other accessories. Fine. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that Puducherry is set to host the 25th National Youth Festival on 12th of January, which marks the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Now talking about some of the important events and conferences, Union Minister Jitendra Singh has inaugurated the 24th Conference on E-Governance 2020-21. Then India is to chair the Counter-Terrorism Committee of United Nations Security Council in January 2022. Then our Union Minister S. Jaishankar has addressed the 5th Indian Ocean Conference recently. Also to remember that India has joined the G20 Troika with Indonesia and Italy. Now apart from all these things, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has addressed and inaugurated an All India Mayors Conference in Varanasi last month, and this was being organized by the Department of Urban Development of Uttar Pradesh. Now can you tell me which country has recently been entered as a new member of BRICS NDB? That is BRICS New Development Bank. Please answer in the comments. Question number 6. What was India's target in installed electricity capacity from non-fossil energy resources to be achieved by 2030? So as a part of Nationally Determined Contribution, that is NDCs, India committed to achieve 40% of its installed electricity capacity from the non-fossil energy sources by the year 2030. So India's Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has said that India has achieved its non-fossil fuel based energy target in November 2021. And at present, India has over 40.1% of the total installed energy capacity of 392.01 gigawatt. Okay. Now apart from it, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has asked the Director General of Police to share adequate information and actionable inputs through multi-agency center. What is MAC? It is a common counter-terrorism grid under the Intelligence Bureau, which was made operational in the year 2001 after the Kargil War, and over 25 organizations including RAW, Armed Forces and State Police are part of the platform, and various security agencies share the real-time intelligence inputs. So you can be asked that MAC, which was seen in the news, is under the edges of which union ministry? So answer would be Ministry of Home Affairs. Now apart from it, GST Council has decided to defer the increase in the rate for textile from the earlier 5% to now 12%, and it has referred the matter to a panel of ministers to review the rate rationalization. Also to remember that Jharkhand is the state which has announced concession of 25 rupees per litre on petrol and diesel prices for the two-wheelers which are owned by the poor, and the concession will be given for total 10 litres of petrol every month. Okay. Question number 7. Which organization has partnered with Akshay Patra Foundation for effective implementation of Pradhan Mantri Poshan Scheme? So United Nations World Food Programme has joined hands with the Akshay Patra Foundation for effective implementation of Pradhan Mantri Poshan Scheme, and the World Food Programme has more than 6 decades of experience in supporting school feeding and improving nutrition among the children. So Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti is Government of India's flagship program to improve nutritional outcomes for the children, pregnant women and lactating mothers. Now apart from it, 6 One District One Product brands under the Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Industries scheme were launched recently. So it is a scheme implemented by the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, and the ministry has signed an agreement with NAFED for developing 10 brands of selected One District One Product, and all the products will be available at NAFED bazaars e-commerce platforms, and retail stores. Now, apart from it, a team of scientists use the Atacama Large Millimeter Array in Chile to observe a newborn star, or also you can say it as protostar, in the WB 89789 region. Actually, it is located in the extreme outer galaxy, and recently scientists have detected carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and silicon bearing molecules. So this protostar and the associated cocoon of chemically rich gas were detected at the edge of our galaxy for the very first time recently. So ALMA is in which country? It is in Chile. Question number 8. Kuno Palpur National Park, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state? So around 8 to 12 cheetahs, which became extinct in independent India since 1950s, are said to be translocated from South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana to Kuno Palpur National Park, which is in Madhya Pradesh. So in this regard, the Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav, has released an action plan for introduction of cheetah in India. So correct answer is Madhya Pradesh. Now apart from it, Madhya Pradesh government has recently passed a bill to recover the property damages from the protesters. And bill also provides for setting up a tribunal which would look into the claims of property damages during riots or public protest. So State Assembly also passed a resolution that panchayat elections will not be held without OBC reservation. Okay. Now also we have seen that the Haryana government has amended its Excise Act, reducing the age limit to purchase, sell or consume liquor from the 25 years of age to now 21 years. Do remember that Delhi reduced this age limit to 21 years as well. Also do remember that the Communist Party of China has adopted a landmark resolution, which is commonly called as historic resolution, which would enable the country's president Xi Jinping to secure an unprecedented third time in office next year and rule China throughout his life. So by adopting this resolution, he became the third leader of China to have this historic resolution. Okay. Can you tell me, India's first food museum has been inaugurated in which particular state? Question number 9. Which South American country is drafting a new constitution? So South American nation, Chile, is in the process of drafting a new constitution for the nation, and in this regard, the Constitution Assembly has recently elected Maria Elisa as the new president to replace the body's inaugural president, Elisa Lonken. So the country has decided to replace its previous Magna Carta, which was produced during the dictatorship of Augusto. Now talking about some of the important appointments, Indian origin executive Parag Agrawal has recently been appointed as new CEO of Twitter. Then Vivek Johri is our new chairman of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Then Mr. Rajneesh Kumar has been appointed as non-executive director of Hero MotoCorp. Then Geoff Alardis has become the permanent CEO of ICC. Also do remember that Arif Khan from Jammu Kashmir has recently qualified for the 2022 Winter Olympics in sky and snowboard. Okay. Now you have to tell me who has recently won the 56th Jananpith Award. Also don't forget to tell me from which state does he belong to. Now coming to last question. Teachers University Bill has been passed by the Legislative Assembly of which state or union territory? So the Legislative Assembly of Delhi has passed the Delhi Teachers University Bill, which aims to build a world-class teachers training university at Bakarwala village. So the proposed university would be built on 12 acres of land and will have world-class amenities for over 5,000 students. And the university will offer programs like BA, B.Ed and BSc B.Ed. Okay. Now talking about Delhi, few days back it has started spraying water on roads using anti-smog water tanks because according to Delhi Pollution Control Commission, air quality index has risen to severe category. Hence government also banned 92 construction sites for violating the norms. Then also government of Delhi has launched Jai Bhim Mukhyamantri Pratibha Vikas Yojana 2021 for the benefit of students who belong to the SC, ST or OBC class. So under the scheme, free coaching classes for the needy students would be provided who are preparing for UPSC CDS, NEET or JEE main examinations. Now do remember that Padma Awards has recently been conferred on 119 recipients, and the list comprises 7 Padma Bhushan, 10 Padma Bhushan and 102 Padma Shri awardees. So former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has won the Padma Bhushan of 2020 under the Public Affairs category. Okay. Now you have to tell me what is the India's rank in Global Hunger Index of 2021. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.